It is week 2 for the Encore Exotic Missions, which means we get to unlock another perk that is called destabilizing rounds. And I'm gonna show you all the locations of the puzzle rooms and how their mechanics work. First, we have to unlock it. All you have to do is talk to Failsafe and do like the first 3 or 4 steps of the seasonal quest until you get to this point where it asks you to do the exotic mission. Then, make sure you're picking up the Catalyst perk quest from Bungie. Again, he is going to require you to do it on expert mode and get the secondary chest of the mission. Now, if you've already done expert mode in a previous week or just recently, that will still count and you don't have to do expert again, so you could just run this on normal if you want to. If you have not ran on expert, you are going to have to do that. If you have all the requirements done, you can launch the mission. Just like last week, we have to do that very first chest room again. So before you get to any of the mechanics with the bus, make a left turn into this purple room to start it. The reason why we're starting this chest room is because that activates all the portals around us, because we're going to be using them again for this week's puzzle. If you're unsure how to do it, basically activate this conflux and it's going to spawn squares right above you. You have to shoot them in order. The order indicates on where the tiniest square is located, right below it. Wherever that one is, that's the square to shoot, and it's going to despawn once you shot the first one and respawn somewhere else. So just keep following that pattern. Eventually, once you shot all the squares are going to spawn around you by the portals, and you're going to do the exact same thing, and once you've finished, a chest will spawn right on you. The first secret puzzle room is located in the same location as last week. It is where you're planting the yellow buff into the pot to open up this big doorway, and inside are those little radiolite things that you can collect. In the middle of the room is a conflux, which you're going to activate and then hop inside the portal to your right. Now, instead of going to the left portal, you're going to go straight into that second portal, which is going to bring you to a brand new task. Inside is a immune minotaur that you're going to have to kill, but you gotta make sure his shield goes down first. Right in front of you is a tiny little square. Walk into that and the square is going to spawn in one of the top areas. Wherever the square is, that is where you're wanting to go. So find the minotaur, kill it, and it's going to give you the blue buff. With the blue buff, you're going to deposit it in one of the pots to activate a portal. The way you know which portal to go into is whenever you deposit it, there's a light beam that shoots out into one of the directions. You want to make sure that direction is right below the little square. If it didn't hit the little square, you're going to have to try a different portal and keep trying until the light beam goes directly by the square. Reason being is because wherever the light beam hits, that is actually where you're going to teleport to, and you are wanting to teleport to the square. So once you are at the right teleporter, walk inside and you'll get teleported up where you'll find more squares located all around you. You want to shoot the correct square, and that is by looking where the tiny square is located. Once you found it, shoot it, and that will make the boss go unimmune for you to be able to shoot. Once that first bar is down, the boss likes to go immune right after that, so just make sure to repeat the entire process by picking up the tiny square again and then going to the correct location through the teleporter to shoot another square. The final puzzle is located in the same experimental lab as last week, so activate the conflux, walk inside the portal, and this time take the left portal to the correct room. Your goal in here is to find 4 hidden Vex eyes that you are able to find through this proximity meter on the left side of the screen. Or you could just watch and I'll show you all the locations. You can also see that there is a brand new buff that is red, and planting a red buff in the pot allows the wall of the laser to go away. Now this may look like a maze to you, but after a couple of attempts and running around back and forth, you may find it more familiar. First, you're gonna want to find a miniature that will drop a red buff when killed. Once you have it, pick up the buff, and actually in this tiny room there is a little nether cave that is right next to you, and inside is the first Vex eye that you can collect. Now plant this red buff by the very first laser door that you came across. Then progress all the way through. You'll come across another minotaur that you need to kill to get a secondary red buff. Plant it to the pot near you. Inside is a dead end, but it will bring you to the second Vex eye. Go back out the door, pick up the red buff and go deeper into the cave and plant it again once needed. Then walk inside but make an immediate right turn where you'll kill another miniature that's actually going to give you a blue buff. Go inside the very big room, plant the blue buff, and then walk inside the portal. Now you might get jump scared by another miniature. Kill it and it's going to give you a yellow buff. This is a lot of buffs. Walk deeper inside this room, make a left turn, and you have another Vex Eye to collect. And then at the end of this room, plant the buff in the pot, and that will open up another doorway for you to go back outside. This will bring you back outside to the very first area. To your right is a red door where we now have to plant another buff, and we're actually going to need 2 of these red buffs. So go back to the very beginning where you originally planted a buff. Inside the cave, you're gonna collect the buff that you planted and bring it out to the other pot. Is this confusing? I think I confused myself. Either way, we have to get the secondary red buff. So go back outside to the very beginning and pick up this next red buff. Go back to where you just came from, plant it, and inside is the very last Vex Eye you need to collect in order to get the chest. Now just complete the mission and congratulations, you officially have the stabilizing rounds, which is actually very good, especially if you're running Void. I seriously hope there was no confusion, and if there was, please ask away in the comments and I'll try my best to help out. I am actually doing a bunch of Encore helps over on my Twitch channel for anyone that needs perks or anything related to their weapon, so definitely check me out there. Thank you so much for coming in and watching. I really hope this has helped, and if it did, leave a like and subscribe. It would help out tremendously. Thank you so much, and I will either see you in my future live stream on Twitch or in another video.